Alcatraz. For a time, it was viewed as the ultimate maximum security prison. Closed down as a penitentiary in 1963, it remains one of the most iconic prisons in the world.
Alcatraz is not like any other prison in the United States.
Many convicts tried getting out on their own terms, but the most high-profile of escape plots occurred in 1962, when 3 men disappeared from their cells. Their story was turned into one of the all-time great prison escape films. Released by Paramount Pictures in 1979, Escape from Alcatraz.
No one has ever escaped from Alcatraz.
Alcatraz began operation as a maximum security prison in 1934. The island had many previous uses, including as a fort during the Civil War and as a military prison. When turned into a federal penitentiary, the facility gained a reputation as one of the most inhospitable in the United States. Holding high-profile criminals like Al Capone and George Machine Gun Kelly, Alcatraz also contained prisoners considered high risks for escape. With its stringent prisoner check system and the island being surrounded by frigid, choppy waters, escaping alive was considered near impossible. But in 1962, 3 prisoners, Clarence Anglin, John Anglin, and Frank Morris, tried overcoming the odds. Their story was featured in the 1963 book Escape from Alcatraz, which caught the eye of Richard Tuggle, who wrote a screenplay based on the non-fiction publication. Richard Tuggle was able to get director Don Siegel to look at the screenplay. Clint Eastwood also became involved in the project, ultimately starring as Frank Morris. Siegel and Eastwood had already worked on a number of films together, most notably the classic crime thriller Dirty Harry. The interest from both Siegel and Eastwood led to the film going into production in 1978.
Welcome to Alcatraz.
Escape from Alcatraz carries with it a cold, stark feel, presenting a hard and isolated existence in prison. But the film remains engaging from beginning to end. The cold and almost hopeless feeling the film establishes is occasionally countered by its characters, who do try and make small connections with each other, trying to find little moments of joy, be it through creativity or subtle humor. Also of note is the subdued yet sinister portrayal of the warden by Patrick McGoohan, who is probably best known playing number 6 in the 1960s series The Prisoner.
I am not a number. I am a person.
The production was in many ways fortunate to be able to film at Alcatraz. Shut down as a prison in 1963, the island was opened to the public in 1973 as a tourist attraction. But the location also brought about many challenges, such as getting cast and crew to the small island and arranging for a number of upgrades, such as having its electricity reconnected from the mainland. Having tourists exploring the island during the day also put limitations on the filming schedule. With Escape from Alcatraz based on a true story, how accurate was this film to the real thing? The film left out certain details about the escape attempt, such as that the men set up a hidden workshop in a concealed area. They used this concealed space to assemble wooden paddles, life vests, and a massive 6x14-foot rubber raft. The film also portrays the 3 men using a more simplistic flotation device without paddles, but these changes in detail don't take away from the story. One major true-to-life detail, presented at the film's end, is that the final fate of these 3 men is still unknown. Did they make it across San Francisco Bay? Or did they drown? The case has been explored in multiple books and documentaries over the years, with recent evidence shedding new light on whether the prisoners actually survived. The FBI investigated the case until 1979. At that point, jurisdiction was transferred to the U.S. Marshals, who keep the investigation open to this day.
There's theories about if they left at a certain time, the tides would have been in their favor and they could have made it ashore. There's theories that they were in South America. My general sense of it, there's a more likelihood that they didn't make it.
Even in recent years, the search has continued, driven by fresh leads and advancements in forensic technology.
A letter allegedly written by one of the escapees recently came to light.
My name is John Anglin. I escaped from Alcatraz in June 1962 with my brother Clarence and Frank Morris.
The U.S. Marshals, which is the sole agency investigating the case today, says the FBI lab examined the letter for fingerprints and DNA and the handwriting. The FBI's results for this letter were inconclusive.
While the real-life investigation may never reach a definitive conclusion, the daring escape of these 3 men immortalized on film, is sure to endure.